3 weeks of silence. No transmissions. No active sensors. No emissions of any kind. 6 human stealth destroyers running so dark that even the Drevok's most sensitive detection arrays saw nothing but empty space. Commander Ryan Mercer liked it that way. He sat in the dim red lighting of the CSS Phantom's bridge. Red because white light bled through viewports. Because darkness was discipline. Because every photon they didn't emit was another hour they stayed invisible, and watched the chronometer count down to 0 hour. 71 hours, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds remaining. Final position confirmation from all 6 ships. Executive Officer Dana Cormack said quietly beside him. Even her voice was controlled. 3 weeks of enforced silence had a way of making people careful with sound. Wolfpack is in position across all 19 systems. Everyone is exactly where they need to be. Mercer studied the tactical overlay. 6 destroyers, 19 Drevok supply systems, fuel depots, ammunition stations, food processing platforms, medical resupply hubs. The entire logistical backbone that kept the Drevok front line fed, fueled, and fighting. 3 weeks of dark running to get here. 72 hours to take it all apart. Good, he said. We go on schedule, not a second early. Captain Kate Morrow commanded the CSS Revenant, the westernmost ship in the Wolfpack, sitting silent in the shadow of a Drevok fuel depot the size of a small moon. She'd been looking at it for 6 days. 6 days of watching Drevok tankers come and go, loading up, moving out to the front line. 6 days of counting patrol patterns, mapping response times, identifying the exact moment in every 4-hour cycle when the depot was at its most exposed. She knew this station better than its own commander did. When the chronometer hit 0, she was already moving. Weapons free, she said. All tubes, priority targets on my mark. She watched her crew, calm, focused, 3 weeks of coiled tension finally releasing into pure controlled action. Mark. The Revenant opened up from 3,000 kilometers, still running partially dark, missiles away before the depot's sensors had fully registered the energy spike. Moreau watched the impact solutions track across her display. Second salvo, she said. Hit the docking arms. I want their tankers going nowhere. Across 19 systems, 6 human destroyers came out of the dark simultaneously. The Drevok never saw it coming. Not because they were careless. They weren't. Not because their sensors were poor, they were excellent. But because the humans had spent 3 weeks becoming ghosts inside their own territory, learning every patrol route, every response protocol, every gap in coverage that existed between one system and the next. And because the strikes hit all 19 systems within 4 seconds of each other, there was no warning to send, no time to alert anyone. By the time the first distress signal left the first burning depot, 12 others were already gone. Mercer took the CSS Phantom through the Drevok's primary ammunition platform like a blade through smoke. 2 torpedo runs. 1 strafing pass on the loading arms. Then dark again, engines cold, coasting on momentum while the Drevok response ships screamed past in the wrong direction. Platform is gone, Cormack reported. Morrow confirms the fuel depot. Rashidi confirms the medical hub. Chen and Vasquez confirmed their targets. She looked up. 17 of 19 confirmed destroyed. 2 more in progress. Time on the clock. 41 minutes into the 72-hour window. Mercer leaned back. Around him the bridge hummed with quiet precision, his crew doing what 3 weeks of dark running had honed them to do. Think clearly, move carefully, hit hard, find me the secondary targets, he said. We have 71 hours left, let's not waste them. The Drevok High Command received the first damage report 6 hours after the strikes began, then the second wave of reports, then the third. Their front line, 200,000 troops and 40 warships pressing hard against the human border, began requesting resupply within 18 hours. Fuel reserves at 30%, ammunition at 40%, medical supplies critically low. The requests went unanswered. There was nothing left to send. High Commander Vroth stood in his war room surrounded by damage reports and studied the tactical overlay with the particular stillness of a being trying very hard not to show fear. 19 systems. 71 strikes across 72 hours. Every significant supply node in the entire forward theater. Gone. And they still hadn't found a single human ship. His intelligence officer spoke carefully. Sir, our best analysis suggests a coordinated stealth operation. Multiple vessels. They must have been inside our territory for... How long? A pause. Weeks, sir. Possibly longer. Vrath looked at the overlay. At the wreckage of everything his front line needed to keep fighting. At the neat, precise, systematic destruction of 3 years of logistical buildup. Done quietly. Done invisibly. Done with the particular patience of a species that understood that the most devastating blow wasn't always the loudest one. Pull the front line back, he said quietly. They can't fight on empty stomachs. His officer stared at him. Sir, we've never retreated from a... We're not retreating. Vroth turned away from the display. We're starving. There's a difference. He walked toward the door. Find those ships, find them all. Behind him, the damage reports kept coming in. They would keep coming for another 31 hours. What's the hardest thing about running a stealth operation deep in enemy territory? Follow Sci-Fi Shorts for more original sci-fi short stories, HFY, space opera, and life between the stars.